Okay, guys, welcome back. So you can't hear the very Odin-esque laughter behind me, but I had reached out to someone I admire very much for help in a personal matter I'm going through with Odin, and I kept getting the number four. Like months ago, I kept getting the number four, and then it popped into my head recently again. Four. Remember, I was getting all these fours. They haven't updated this site for 4 years. So I wrote to an updated, website out of date for 4 years, and I'm wondering why I'm not hearing back. They probably don't even, check their email. They might not even have an active email anymore. I could have just thrown my, email out into the netosphere, and I'm like, well, that explains why I never heard anything back. And I am hearing laughter. So welcome to Channeling Odin, where, I think that's actually going to tie into this week's message, and I got indeed it is. He's kind of halfway possessing, kind of, but kind of halfway behind me. It's kind of weird. It's like he says, how come I can't do both? Um, Anything to say, dear? I let her go on this errand because I know how her mind works. It's okay to shut up. She has had several strokes, so her mind does not compute numbers the way yours does. She saw the 2022 at the bottom, which was just claiming copyright. She did not look at the actual copyright that ended in 2017. I wanted her to go through the experience of asking a very serious question. She called it her poker chip, her one poker chip to play, and not having it answered. I wanted her to learn she can rely on me for the answers. You also can rely on me for the answers. This is timely for a lot of you. You are getting the answers from me. But a lot of people are rather loud and shouting me down, and I realize that. And I realize a lot of people claim to speak for me. And I have told you something. You have seen signs. You have had dreams. You have heard my voice. And you are trying to respond. And yet someone says, no, that's not a sign. Signs aren't real. That dream means nothing. Whatever. Please keep in mind that many people are called. I still want to add, but few are chosen. True. Um, and it is a natural thing for people to be more than a little combative. Some people, because they dream of Valhalla, so they think that everything must be a fight, and it mustn't be. If I am calling you, please walk by and detour around these people, and you know if I am calling you. He's good. He's good. So yeah, guys, what often happens is Odin calls someone, he calls someone in the new age, he calls a Wiccan, he calls, a high priestess of something, of the everlasting giggle and bunnies, and she answers the call, and she isn't answering the call for 5 minutes, and brochure true dudes roll up and they're like, who are you and what are you doing with our god? And it's like, well, one, nobody owns the Allfather, but she's like, well, I'm such and such from Huggy Bunny Sunshine Palace, and they laugh at her and they say, well, you can't fight in Valhalla, and you don't belong here, and they chase her away. And some get very aggressive about it because they really think that the old man is looking down, and every time they yell at somebody on the internet, they get brownie points. That's not how it works. Valhalla is the Hall of the Slain. It was for the Viking culture of the Viking time. Do people still go there? Above my pay grade. Um, I got very good, and the only way to get there is to die in combat and then have Odin pick you, or at Odin's behest. That is the only way to get there. You can't game your way in, you can't cheat your way in, you can't buy your way in. There is no way to just get into Valhalla. And the only time I've ever had it mentioned is as a threat, as in I can find you paperwork and coffee to make. So, it's one of those things, guys. If he is calling you, it's okay to respond. It's just there's a very negative culture that builds itself up around him. I think it's why things for him tend to last 3 to 6 years on the internet and then they go ploof. That's why, because they're trying to grow and there's so much outside interference. But, he's very determined and eventually these people will find other stuff to do. So if he's calling you, it's okay to answer. It doesn't matter if you're pagan or Buddhist or an atheist and you're like, why is this God calling me that I just saw in a Marvel film? It's okay. Hey. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later. Bye bye.